Hello YouTube, it's Emma Blue Eyes 10 here with a Q&A video for you guys. Thank you very much for all your questions and everything. I will try to answer them as best as I can. And here we go, hope you guys enjoy. First question is from Kasai Wolf 07. Question 1. Apart from things like Blue Eyes Shining, Rainbow Dragon and Nubila, are there any other big boss monsters you like or fear to face from certain decks? Well, that's actually quite a good question because, to be honest, there's not very many archetypes that I generally like unless they've got like dragons in them mostly. But I suppose that you could say I've always liked the classical boss monsters like Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon, definitely. What else? Ones that I fear. Well, the only monsters I tend to fear would be, well, it's not quite a boss monster, but things like Archlord Christia, things that shut down my special summons, or monsters that shut down my special summons, basically, because my deck does rely quite heavily on special summons. So I would say maybe that. Question 2. Apart from Seto Kaiba, is there any anime characters you really like or admire for their character? One of my biggest well, in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, I've always liked Seto Kaiba, but also like Kisara, the original holder of the Blue Eyes White Dragon, and because she's a very pure spirit and everything, and it's that pure spirit and light within her that gave birth to the Blue Eyes White Dragon, because it was actually a symbol of protection, not destruction, as it was, I suppose, portrayed up until that time in the anime. You know, it was a great dragon of destruction, you know, power and everything, when actually it was supposed to be for protection. I've always liked, of course, Furatamu Yamayugi as well. But from other animes and stuff, I like Princess Serenity or Neo Queen Serenity from Sailor Moon. I would say she's probably my favourite character from there. What other animes have I really liked? I would say, well, I think that's the only thing I can think of at the moment, but Sailor Moon is one of my biggest anime likes, and I'm looking forward to the reboot that's coming out this year in December, I believe it is. And I would say Queen Serenity, or the Serenities anyway, the Princess Serenities and Queen Serenities are definitely my favourite characters from there. And question 3, what is some of your best pack openings you've ever had? I think one of the best ones I ever had was when the Duelist Pack Kaiba first came out a couple of years ago, and I was the first one to buy a couple of packs, and I was the first one to pull the Ultimate Crush card alternate art version, and that was pretty cool because I got a lot of really nice trays for that card. What else? Dracosack. A couple of months ago, when I went to the Games Hub, and I said I only bought a few packs of whatever it was Dracosack was in, and I said to my friend Sandy, who's sitting across from me, I'm not going to pull a Dracosack, and I pulled a Dracosack, and I got loads of trades worth from that as well. So I'd say those are probably among some of my best. But if I was to do any related to Blue Eyes White Dragon or anything, not really. I haven't really pulled anything like that. Right, next question is from General Rochambeau. I started playing in 2001 and I haven't touched the game since about 2006. Any advice for a returning player? Well, I partially answered this already in a comment to you guys, but the best thing I can say is I've got a video, it's a little bit dated, but it's still a starting place at least, called Getting Back into Yu-Gi-Oh! On my channel, and I can give you like some basic advice and everything. Yeah, my boyfriend's over there, if you keep wondering why I'm over there, looking over there. Some basic advice on how to get back into the game, but the only thing I can really say in response to this is, if you are returning to the game, don't be put off by all the different decks and meta and all the stuff that's happening. Just look up what you like, go with what you're comfortable with, and then decide what you want to do from there, like what deck you want to play, or what archetypes you want to have a look at and everything. Don't be put off by how much the game might have changed in the last year or a couple of years that you've played Yu-Gi-Oh! Just have a look around, you know, do your research on it, and then just go with what you are 100% comfortable with and what you're happy with. Don't let other people tell you that it's this meta, you must play this or anything like that. Don't let anybody dictate to you what you should play if you are a returning player. And I hope that helps. Next question is from Dracritician84. Because you used to play Yubel in your Blue Eyes deck, have you thought about building a Yubel deck? I can't remember if I already asked you this. No, as you guys know, in very, very old versions of my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, I used to play the first form of Yubel because she was one of my favourite characters from the anime. And there you go, Kasai Wolf 07, there's the other character I really liked from the Yu-Gi-Oh anime was Yubel. I felt she was just a tragic character and everything, but a really awesome character who became an ally. I've always liked Yubel. I would like to build a deck around her and everything, but at the moment I can't do that. I don't have the cards available to actually do that. I can do it on DevPro or something, so I could probably do a Yubel deck profile up on DevPro if you wanted to see a Yubel deck that way. But in real life I can't do that at the moment, and besides I would feel like I've got too many decks. I'm very, very picky and specific about what I like to run. I've always loved Rainbow Dragon and the Crystal Beast, so I'm definitely running them. Hieroglyph Dragons, you know, archaeology background, definitely running that, and my Blue Eyes Dragon is my top favourite deck. Yubel would probably be more of a, excuse me, I thought I was going to sneeze there, a fun slash competitive deck, I suppose, in a way, because Yubel can be competitive if you build it in a particular way. But at the moment I don't have the cards for that. But it's something I've always wanted to do, but it won't be anytime soon. Next question is from FurflyBoy1996. Question 1. On a scale of potato to Holy Giant Blue Eyes Dragons, how excited are you from the upcoming Dragon Structure deck? I'm guessing the Blue Eyes Structure deck, and what cards are you looking forward to in your Blue Eyes? Well, I've kind of already answered this in a previous video when I went over the TCG list for the Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, but I would definitely say bigger than Holy Big White Dragons. That's all I can say on the scale, so I would say 100 plus more excited for this deck coming out. And I think the two cards I'm definitely looking forward to are Blue Eyes Maiden, because that card is going to give so much speed to Blue Eyes archetype in general, because as I explained before in the previous videos, the Blue Eyes support cards only summoned it either from the hand, and only one summoned from the deck, which was Paladin the White Dragon. Most of the time they just focused on getting Blue Eyes to the hand and summoning it from the hand. Maiden summons from anywhere, hand, deck, or graveyard, which other archetypes actually have as well, but Blue Eyes has never had it. And Silver's Cry, or Bell of the Silver Dragon, which is a quick play monster reborn basically for normal dragon monsters. I'm looking forward to those two, because I'm definitely going to run 3 of each of those cards, because they're just so cool and the artwork on them is absolutely amazing. And question 2, if you could design one new XYZ monster, what would it be? A new XYZ monster. Ooh, good one. Knowing me, I would probably design something for Blue Eyes, but we already have a legendary dragon of white. But if I was to go Blue Eyes theme, I would probably make, I don't know. For the XYZ material, what I would do is I would make a Blue Eyes XYZ, definitely, but I'm not entirely sure what I would do for its effect, because there's quite a lot of effects that already go off. It could be something just simple as I don't know, summon out a Blue Eyes maybe, or if a Blue Eyes is removed from play, you can summon it back in a way, because Maiden of course can't do that. You know, any dragons that are removed from play, you can bring it back by detaching a XYZ material, something like that anyway. But if I was to make it a general XYZ monster, I think I'd probably go for something along the lines of a Light and Darkness effect, because I've always liked Light and Darkness Dragon, and I would like to see an XYZ material where you can detach an XYZ to negate almost anything, I suppose, if you wanted to have a general thing. But in a way, I suppose Evolves are laggy and Evolves are Dulcas sort of fill in with that, but they require specific requirements in order to summon them, like 2 dinosaur monsters. Whereas with sorry guys, I think I've got a bit of a cold here. Whereas with this monster, if it was just general, I think it would be something everybody could definitely use and utilize. But I suppose that would make it a bit too broken if it was a bit too much like Lad. And next question is another one from Kasai Wolf 07. A question I thought about asking in regards to Dragon Course 7's question: do any numbers you have any special meanings to you, like ones on your birthday or fitting your duel style? Well, if you give me a moment, let me answer Dragon Course 7 first, and then I'll answer that question. Right, from Dragon Course 7, we've got 3 questions. Question 1, what are your thoughts of the new Blue Eyes Synchro? Question 2, what more synchros would you like to see in the future? And question 3, favourite number monster. Now, again, with the Blue Eyes Synchro, I've already given my thoughts and opinions on this in my overview of the TCG deck list for the Saga of the Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck. I think it's really good. It's very versatile, and I think it's a little bit broken in the fact that when it's special summoned, it can protect all dragon monsters from targeting and destruction effects at least until the next turn. So I think it's a wee bit OP in that way, but a great addition for dragons. More synchros in the future. Well, I'd like to see a few more dragon synchros, definitely. But I'd also like to see more synchros that aren't either warrior based or dragon based as well, in a way. Because there's not very many other archetypes that I see that are actually good in general, if you see what I mean. Like, there's very few spellcasters that are good for any situation, like Stardust was, or Black Rose was, or like Dandy Warrior, Drill Warrior and everything, that sort of thing. Favourite number monster? At the moment it would have to be Sun Dragon Overlord of Heliopolis, because of its Egyptian theme. And it was just an incredible card. It's very, very similar. It's got similar stats to a Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's also got Singularity Destruction, which is good because depending on how many cards the opponent has in the field that you think are going to be the most dangerous, you can actually choose how many you need to destroy in order to get your combos going. And in response to your question, Kasai Wolf 07, there aren't any number cards that really have any special meaning for me, in all honesty. It's oh dear me, my hair's going a bit funny. That always happens during my Q&A videos. My hair goes funny. None really that have any special meaning for me. I think the Overlord of Heliopolis is my favourite, just because it's Egyptian themed and it's got a very, very good effect, and it combos with the Blue Eyes so well. Next question is from Chaos Dude 1399. Question 1, favourite Blue Eyes art? Question 2, least favourite Blue Eyes art? Question 3, any rogue decks that you think will see a bit more post September ban list? Right, my favourite Blue Eyes art will definitely have to be the signed anniversary one, which is the Blue Eyes White Dragon standing on top of like a tower with the moon behind it. That would be my absolute favourite, but at the same time, I also love the original art because it looks like a white dragon. That's all I can say about it. My least favourite would have to be the starter deck Kaiba Evolution one. That just looks ugly. I don't own any copies of that card at all because I'm a big Blue Eyes fan, but that's one art I will not run because it just looks so distorted and ugly to me. It just doesn't look right. As for rogue decks post September ban list, I have no idea, to be honest. More than likely we're going to see an increase in Blue Eyes White Dragon because in the OCG at least there has been a slight increase in Blue Eyes White Dragon decks. But I can't say anything for definite because I haven't played in the meta for 6 months. I've got no idea what's been good, what's been rogue, what's going to be hitting everything. I can only give estimates, but maybe a bit more Blue Eyes play. That's probably the only thing I can say, really. Next question is from Robert Espiliat. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. First one, would you like to see a XYZ Blue Eyes White Dragon Relate Dragon card? Question 2, if Konami allowed you to make one type of card to support Blue Eyes, what would you make? Quite a lot of questions about Blue Eyes today, I've noticed. Well, there's already an XYZ card for Blue Eyes called the Legendary Dragon of White. Unfortunately, it's not tournament legal, but it's still a really cool card. But again, in relation to a previous question, if I was to make a Blue Eyes related card, I'd probably give it an effect where it can special summon the Blue Eyes from the banished zone. That way you've got card support to get Blue Eyes out from anywhere, basically, I suppose, because a lot of the times when you do like banish the Blue Eyes, if you use Dragon's Mirror, or if they get banished by something else, there's very few real good cards that can bring them back safely without repercussions, such as you know, Different Dimension Reincarnation. It's an equipped spell. If it gets destroyed, the monster goes away again. Return from the Different Dimension. You have to pay half your life points for it. So I would say something along the lines. And for question 2, I've got no idea, to be honest, because with the structure deck at least, they pretty much brought all my dreams come true with quite a few of the cards in there. But I suppose if I was to think of one, we've already got the White Stone, but I would like to see an actual baby chick Blue Eyes card, like Red Eyes Black Chick. Not exactly the same effect or anything, but I'd like to see something like that, because we have the baby, which is a White Stone. We've got Paladin, a White Dragon, which is in fact a young, underdeveloped Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then we've got the full Blue Eyes White Dragon as we know it. But there's no actual card depicting of what a Blue Eyes chick looks like, but that would be interesting to see. Next question is from Toxin12. Hey, I really liked the Chaos version of the Blue Eyes deck you made. Don't get me wrong, I like the Totem Dragon build too. It's awesome, but don't you feel like Totem Dragon kinda limits the deck's full potential? Right. The Totem Dragon build, as I call it, I think is a very versatile deck, because I think it's got, yes, it does limit the deck in that I can't play things like Effect Veil or Honest or anything. Everything has to be all dragon. So yes, it does limit the deck in that way. But I find Totem Dragon to be a lot more versatile than, say, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon and everything, just because I think it's a better fit for my play and everything. And that. But the problem with the Chaos build I had was I could have used like the Totem Dragon with the Chaos build. Like, probably may have made a little bit easier and everything, but I was trying to like open my options as it were. But it just didn't work out for me, because with the Chaos engine at least, even though I was trying to keep it pure and as it was originally supposed to be, it was subtly built to just support Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, sadly. So that's why I decided to take it out. So Totem Dragon does limit builds, but of course if you use a Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon with a Totem Dragon, then of course you can throw anything you want into the deck. But since I don't do that, or I didn't do that, because I don't use Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon at all, yes, I do limit myself, but I just find it a lot more fun, because it forces me to narrow down my choices and really, really concentrate on what really works best for me and everything. I suppose that's the way I can describe it. Next question is Neo Galaxy Eyes. Do you ever think of Galaxy Eyes as a foe or a support? I see Galaxy Eyes in some Blue Eyes decks. It can be a great support. It can be really good and helping the deck. But I don't see it as a foe. I see it as a brother, if you like, or a distant cousin, because of the name, of course, and everything, and its relation in the anime and everything. You know how it's the big beat stick of the opponent, Kaito, and how he's the Kaiba character and everything. So I don't see it as a foe. I see it more as a support / cousin of Blue Eyes, really. Next question is from Red Nova. Besides playing Yu-Gi-Oh, what's your most favourite games to play? I would have to say Monster Hunter. I absolutely love that game. Me and my sister have got the Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on the DS, and we play it quite a bit. I'm still a little bit further behind than her, because obviously I work a lot more hours than she does, so when I come home I tend to just want to relax on the computer and not worry about games unless I'm stressed out and I want to beat up a big monster like Rathalos or the Geekris or something like that. But I think Monster Hunter would have to be the biggest one outside Yu-Gi-Oh that I play. Next question is from Joe Lusagnet. I have two questions. Question 1. Being a fan of robot shows, what do you think of the Transformers Prime TV show? And 2, do you like the new XYZ that's coming out in the next pack? Number 46, Dralung the Ethereal Dragon, and would you use it in your Blue Eyes deck? Right. My boyfriend's giving you thumbs up for asking me about Transformers. I don't think he'll be able to hear you, by the way. I absolutely love Transformers Prime. I have seen the original generation, and I loved it. But mind you, I only watched the original generation recently in the past couple of years, because when I was a lot younger, the only Transformers shows that were available to me to see on TV was sometimes small clips of Generation 1, if I could get them on the TV, and Transformers Beast Wars with Optimus Primal and everything, and that was pretty much my only knowledge I had of Transformers when I was younger. But then when the Bayformers, as it were, the newer Transformers came out, my interest in that franchise was revived, and I started to look up all the different stuff that had happened since, G1 and Beast Wars and everything. And my boyfriend is a huge fan of the Transformers series, except for Bayformers. I tried to make him watch the first film, and he just complained like nothing on earth through it. I'm not joking. He just wouldn't shut up during the film. Anyway, he got me into other franchises and really got me back into G1, watching the entire series and everything, and he's trying to get me to watch the Japanese ones when we can get them available. So that's like Headmaster, Godmaster Force, Victory, Super Godmaster Force and Victory. Sorry. But Transformers Prime was the newest one I hadn't heard of, and at first I was a wee bit put off by it because it looked a little bit like Bayformers, but I decided to sit down and watch it, and oh my god, I loved it. I just loved all of it, including all seasons. Just amazing storytelling. Yes, there is a wee bit of Bayformers in there, but to me, I see a lot of G1 references and Beast Wars references, and a bit of everything from all series that I've seen so far. And I truly think that after G1, Transformers Prime is literally the best series, and I really enjoy it, and I cannot wait for the movie when it comes out as well. I want to get the Transformers Prime on DVD because my boyfriend's already got most of Generation 1 on DVD himself and everything, but after Sailor Moon, Transformers has to be my biggest franchise, I suppose, that I really, really like. So yeah, I'm a big Transformers fan. I don't know that very much about it, to be honest. Optimus Prime has to be my favorite character, obviously, because he's Optimus Prime. But I'm a big fan, that's all I can say about it. And for number 46, Ethereal Dragon Draloon, yes, I definitely want to get that. It's such a cool card. I saw the episodes with the backstory of it, and quite a tragic little story in the anime, but such a good dragon effect and everything. I definitely want to use that in Blue Eyes. Next question is from Manjas0823. I have two questions. Question 1, do you see Majochis being tier 1 next format? And question 2, what cards from the structure deck do you plan on using? Well, I can't really answer question 2 because I've already answered that in an earlier thing. But for question 1, I can't say, to be honest, because I haven't played in the format. I've only dueled Madochis a few times. I've got no idea how good they really are, even though I know they've done well at some YCSs and everything. I can't say for definite. I just can't say for definite how they're going to be for next format. They could potentially do well, but I can't say. Next question is from Soria1705. My question is, do you think Dark Magician, Red Eyes Black Dragon, or even Toons have a possibility of seeing similar Blue Eye structure deck treatment? And would you like to see, and what would you like to see a future structure deck of? Well, I would definitely like to see Dark Magician being the next one to get a structure deck support with new cards and everything. Even if they release some anime-like cards like Dark Renewal, that would be a great help to Dark Magician, and I'm pretty sure Dark Mortician84 would agree with me. But I think it would be fair if the 3 original classic boss monsters, Blue Eyes, well, already Blue Eyes has been done, but Red Eyes, Black Dragon, and Dark Magician should get a structure deck of their own, most definitely. Whereas with Toons and everything, I think the Toons were a cool archetype and everything. They were the signature cards of Pegasus and that. But sadly, I think it's because they were so restricted in their summons and stuff like that. It was difficult to play them. But I would like to see them come back, because I think they were a fun deck. Another deck I'd like to see come back is Spirits, because again they were an interesting deck archetype. and they had potential, but they just never got the full support that I think they should have gotten, really. So I suppose that's all I can say about that. Next question is from Reginald Brown. Have you ever summoned Blue Eyes Shining Dragon before in a duel? Well, if you haven't seen my duel videos, I don't do it a lot, but I have summoned out Shining Dragon quite a few times in a lot of my duels, whether it's online or offline. In an average, if I was to say in an average tournament of about 6 rounds, maybe there's 2-3 times I could get her out, depending on how fast my deck is and how the duel goes. Sometimes I might not even summon her at all. I might have her in my hand. And yeah, before anybody asks, I call Blue Eyes Shining female because I feel comfortable with it. You know, just because I'm a girl myself, it just feels more comfortable for me to say it's a female. Okay. So yes, I have summoned out Shining Dragon quite a few times, but if you want to see them, just watch my duel videos, and you'll probably see her being summoned quite a few times. Not all the time, as said. I'm not like 100% successful on it, but I do summon her out, and just check out the videos. That's all I can say. Next question is from Nathan Brownlee. How excited are you for the saga of the Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck? My goodness, how many questions have I had that from? I'm very excited. That's all I'm going to say. I'm very, very excited and I can't wait. I wish September was here already. Next question is from Mothra89. Do you believe that the new cards in the Blue Eyes structure deck will help the Blue Eyes archetype reach top ranks in major Yu-Gi-Oh events? I think it will. I think the Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck will really boost Blue Eyes into more competitive play. Whether or not top tier, like top tier 1 or 0, I highly doubt it. I could be wrong, because I don't really know, to be honest. I just know it's going to be major support for Blue Eyes. But actually, like going to Worlds and everything, I don't think that'll happen, because knowing Konami, they're going to release a new archetype of some sort that's going to be so OP that even Blue Eyes will be knocked back down to like maybe competitive, just general casual competitive play, I suppose you could call it. But I can't really say anything for certain. I just know it's going to give the Blue Eyes a big boost. That's all I can say about it. Next question is from Edward Peterson. Hi Emma, are you going to try the Spellbook Blue Eyes build or Prophecy Blue Eyes build to see how it does? Now, this is interesting because I was just on Shriek and I had a look around and I found 2 lists of a Blue Eyes deck with a Prophecy build in them. So they are using a couple of Blue Eyes White Dragons, one or two Blue Eyed Maiden, and then they're using like a lot of Prophecy spellbook cards and everything, spell cards anyway. Because I honestly thought the spellbook cards just targeted the spellbook spellcasters in general, but I didn't know they could do it with some general spellcasters. And since Blue Eyed Maiden effect goes off when it's targeted by these kind of cards, it's an interesting build, I would say. I'm not going to lie, it's a very interesting build, but I don't think I'll try it myself, because one, some of the cards are still very expensive to get. Well, the spellbook cards anyway are quite hard to get and expensive to get and everything. And 2, I'd rather keep the Blue Eyes pure. Like, I'd rather play as much of the themed cards as I can that are going to help me do my best and everything, if you understand what that means. So, it's a very interesting build, I will agree, but I'm not going to try it myself, I don't think so. And last question is from Nick Price. What deck are you playing competitively right now? Well, obvious answer, if you haven't already seen my channel, is Blue Eyes White Dragon. I've always played Blue Eyes White Dragon as my main competitive deck, and I've gone through many different builds and everything. Most of it, the time, it's just been a general sort of Totem Dragon build, where I've just been using Totem Dragon with no Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. But come with the Blue Eyes White Dragon Saga structure deck, it's going to be a Blue Eyes Maiden build, definitely. And that will definitely be my main deck. There's a possibility Heretics, if I tweak them a bit more, could become a lot more competitive as well. I mean, I wouldn't mind using them in a tournament maybe once or twice just to see how it does. But Blue Eyes is my main competitive deck. Well everybody, that's it for this video. I think that's all the questions and answers. I hope I answered them alright. I'm sorry that the video's a bit long. I know it's about half an hour long. but I just wanted to get through all your questions and answer them as fully as I can. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next Q&A. Take care, and we'll see you then. Bye!